fifth. Toro, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
You know, this group of hitters, from what we've seen, I think it's fair to wonder if they've been too patient at the plate. Sometimes it's a good thing, but today they're continuing to fall behind in the count, and that's adding a ton of pressure to their offense.
And a pitch. That misses, and it's 2-1. Smoked on the ground a second. Throws to first. And the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth. Bo Naylor at the plate now. Fought off foul. Naylor measures 6 feet even, 205 pounds, and he was born in Canada. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. Home run number 5 on the season, and that gives them a lead. It's 2-1.
Most times it's the pitcher looking at the scoreboard for velocity, but in this case it's the hitter. He just turned around triple digits at the dish. I don't even know how he saw that pitch. Maybe he didn't, but he got a home run out of it.
1 out, base is empty. And stepping in is the speedy. Oh, this pitch rides in too far. That got him.
Now batting.
Runner on at first with one gone. And now the right fielder, Owen Casey. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one. Back to the top of the lineup. Freddie Freeman now at the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. Here's a rocket to right field. Squeezes it. Runner tags at second. And he moves up a base. So 2 away with runners at the corners.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Lopez stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Check on the runner, and he's out. And again, that ends the inning. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Cannons out front 2-1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Harper.
Pavetta back to work. Ball 1 there. Swing and a miss.
Wow, no fair right there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
The count 2-1. And that's outside.
Oh, they've had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2.
As a hitter, you don't know what to expect here in the 3-2. If he'll throw a breaking ball 3-1, he'll do it again 3-2.
To the right side. He'll do it himself. One up, one down.
Now batting, second baseman, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie now. He's already homered in this game.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
And that's off the inside edge. And it's 1-0. Tap foul at the plate. And that curveball drops in there for a strike.
1-2.
On the ground, right side. And that's a fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
And now the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. That one missing inside. Man at second. Right through there for a strike. Fouled off. He was late.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That one missed. And that one is in the dirt. And the count's full. Bobby Witt Jr. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out.
Now batting, the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr.
Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. And that one fouled off.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Betts at second with 2 down. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's inside.
So critical to keep an eye on the pitch count this time of the year. Guys can start to run on fumes a little bit. Mechanics can drop off. And we know they need him to be fresh and ready for big innings in October.
Gunnar Henderson in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Line drive, makes the grab, and that's the inning. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings.
Otto Lopez.
And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
Swing and a ball popped up. Betts on the move. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away. Here's Josh Naylor. He's already homered here in this one. Check swing, and he went. Strike one.
0 balls, 1 strike.
And that's through there for a strike. 1 out, bases empty. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2.
100 miles an hour, foul that off. That's a good piece of swinging. I won't say hitting because he didn't get a knock, but a good piece of swinging to keep the at-bat alive.
And that one hit to first. Dives, and he can't hang on. Gets it there in time, though, and they get it out on the play.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Tyler O'Neill. That one at triple digits. Two outs, bases empty. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
That curveball's been a big pitch for him today. He's been able to get ahead in the count with it. He's also been able to use it to put guys away.
Next offering way off the plate.
Ball. 2-2.
And that just misses. Up the middle, bats up with it. Handles, throws to first, and O'Neill is retired. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jordan Ball.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Well, 1-run game. Now the number 2 hitter, Gunnar Henderson. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
Well, made it so comfortable for his club to secure that win. Very fresh team today, and it doesn't have to be all on him, but the way he's been swinging it, I expect him to have another big one.
And a count 1-2. That one almost got him.
Full count.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. And that one popped to short. Lopez. And out number 1 on the grab.
Now batting, catcher Wilson. Smith.
Will Smith to the plate. 1 for 2. Smith recently taking home Player of the Month honors. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
And what a show he put on last month, Boog. Really impressive work at the dish. And I'm sure his teammates and the coaching staff appreciate it. Great having a bat like this in the lineup.
Home team down a run here in the bottom of the 6th. This one in the air right field. Pulls it in on the run. And there's 2 away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Judge lays off down low as he digs in for the 3rd time.
1-0.
Just missed.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side or the fans better look out in the stands.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
That one misses, and now 3-2. Good job to fight that one off. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
These hitters like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
No, with the shift on, hits right into it. Tosses to first. Judge out on the play. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. Back here in Houston, top of inning number 7. Now the 3rd baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera.
Oswaldo Cabrera.
And there's a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Mason Miller getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Hader, a left-hander, also throwing. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 2.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
That's a ball.
Up and in, and the count is 1-2.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
And a 1-2 again. And that skips in the dirt. Strike 3. Skeen says sit down. Now it's the 2nd baseman, Abraham Toro. He's been a great free agent sign. And there's a foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. One down, base is empty. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
it's going to be Bo Naylor. It was a homer for him back in the 5th. Just a solo shot, but an important swing in this game.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful swing as well. Everything just came together timing-wise, and he blasted it out of here.
Pitch misses. Ball 1.
1-0.
Swing and a foul out of play. Two outs. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the 7th.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Now pitching,
Matt Brash into the game.
Brash.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Well, one-run game, and now it's Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman.
And that is out of play.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Outside, ball.
And a count 1-2. This ball's chopped on the ground. Toro. Now the throw to first on the run. Got him. Nice play.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
James Wood, the next to hit.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
Check swing, called strike. Movement in the bullpen. Eric Sabrowski preparing to come on if needed. That's off the inside corner, and it's 1-1.
1-1.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Pitch misses there, and the count's even at 2. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Oh, big power guy right there, and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Here comes Bryce Harper, one of the elite home run hitters in the league this year. First pitch misses. And another ball.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Here's a 2-0.
Ball.
Mookie Betts
3-0.
would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
Next pitch in for a strike, 3-1.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
And the tying run is on base.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Matt Brash out of the game, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching.
Nick Sandlin taking over on the mound.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here's Mookie now. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. And that drops in for a strike.
Yeah, his swing is so good, it's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
0-2.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
0-2 now. And a foul ball, he stays alive. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Towards first, knocks it down, wins the race to the bag, and they do get the third out of the inning.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Mason Miller.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well, one-run game, and now it's going to be Denzel Clark. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite-level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
That's off the mark. Now 1-2. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away.
Full count.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Now here is Owen Casey.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boog.
Clark on at first, nobody out. Miller, a former All-Star, 26 years old, and he was a third-round pick in 2021. strike one.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Cut on and missed at 101. Now 1-2. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
Well, I see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
And here's Freddie Freeman. 0 for 3 in this one. And ball one.
No strikes.
One-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw. Save. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Man at second. On the ground right side. Betts whips it to first. And Freeman is retired.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over. Got the ground ball.
Otto Lopez will hit next.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
And a foul ball. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. On its way to the corner, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Way outside, and that's ball one. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea. So no runs in the inning despite the leadoff walk, and that does it. Last half of the 8th coming up. Canada on top here, 2-1.
Now pitching.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Eric Sabrowski.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And now Pete Crow Armstrong.
Now this guy, a player that if he gets on base has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
A little bit low.
Ball.
Top of the zone for a strike. And it's 1-1.
That's the ball.
And fouled off. upstairs. Bobby Witt Jr. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And the tying run is on base.
Well, that right there could end up being a big walk in this game. He's certainly a threat on the bases, especially with them looking to tie this thing up.
No outs, runner at first. Now here is Bobby Witt Jr. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Just missed.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Just missed.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you drive back to the dugout.
Gunnar Henderson in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way out.
Big spot, and up steps Gunnar Henderson. Bunts it in the air. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Well, he's just given himself up to move two runners into scoring position right there, but somehow the defense can't get an out anywhere, and this is quickly turning into a golden opportunity for this offense.
Bases loaded, nobody out. And up to the plate is Will Smith. Golden opportunity right here. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
Squirts away a little bit. No movement on the base. It's ball one. Action in the pen down there. Cade Smith up and loosening in the pen. Number 37, the lefty, warming up as well. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball two.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Ripped to right. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline, and he scores. 3-2, they take the lead.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Eric Sabrowski is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching.
Number 37 will take over here.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
It's Aaron Judge now. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Next pitch is outside.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Judge waits. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's down. One hops off the wall. One run is in. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Head first slide, and he's safe. And they're up by 3.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced, and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Now it's Alex Bregman.
So clutch, you could argue that he's been this team's MVP this year.
That one the other way. Base hit. Here comes the Judge around third. Now a long throw home. He's safe. It's 6-2.
Picks himself up an RBI. Not much he can do about that one on the mound. Made a good pitch inside and jammed him. He just found a way to fight it off the other way and make it work.
Now the left fielder, James Wood, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Well, these players doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. The numbers say their chase rate, or swings at pitches outside the zone, is under 25%, and I think that's a big reason why they're scoring runs.
That one down the line, and that's just foul.
By not chasing out of the zone, they're getting good pitches to hit. When you can do that, you have a much better chance to square up the baseball and do damage like they have so far.
In the air, left field, down the line, and a foul ball. Runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Well done behind the dish.
Oh, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the third time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. They'll have some adjustments to make.
Laser could be trouble. Around second is Bregman. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Waste no time there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
So 2 in scoring position, calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. So bases all loaded up. Next to hit, Pete Crow Armstrong. Jumps, but it's off his glove. 1 run across. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Bases still loaded and still only 1 away. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Number 37 departs, and he leaves with the bases loaded, so he'll look for some help from his teammate coming in behind him.
Now pitching.
And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Number 16.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Next to hit, Bobby Witt Jr. First offering misses badly for ball 1. The shortstop takes the ball.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Center field. Clark sizing this one up. And he makes the catch. Runner tags for home. He's in on the sac fly, and it's now a 6-run lead.
Well, that can be a tough one with the bases loaded. You can try to do too much, but there he didn't. He stayed within himself. He got that run in with the sac fly. Would have been nice if the runners behind could have advanced, but they'll take what they got.
Henderson, the next to hit, takes outside. Next pitch is downstairs. And that's downstairs and outside. Will Smith to bat next. Two on, 2 outs. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That ball's carrying and out of here. He hammers one out to right. His 23rd of the year, and they add on. It's 11-2. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
I'm excited to see that one again, but with the StatCast data, because that was a bomb. Oh, says he drove it out of here at 115 miles an hour.
I think I heard the ball screaming on its way out. That's some serious exit velo, pretty elite, and he caught it just right to get it up in the air as well.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Fastball is outside. In the dirt, and now 2-0.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. O'Neill drifts towards it. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. But they break this game wide open with a 10-run inning. Through 8 full. The Yankees with the lead 11-2. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season. Miller back to work. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Logan Webb, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Ryan getting loose as well. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Swing and a miss. Mason Miller, the strikeout.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Now batting, third baseman Oswaldo Cabrera.
So it's their last chance in this one. Here's the third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera, 1 for 3. First pitch, and it just misses. Just missed. Hit to right, and that should do it. And that'll do it.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. You never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
11-2 the final tally. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
You